It's Crestwood Cadet Coach Conversation brought to you by Wilson Custom Tree Service. We're with head coach Justin Denner. Final road trip of the season, or the regular season at the very least, for you last week, Coach. Ended well, 22-16 victory. You scored 22 unanswered points. After being down 16-0, you came back and won that ball game. What got it done for you?
Yeah, I felt our guys showed a lot of resilience and mental fortitude throughout the course of the game. We fell behind 16-0, as you said. Pick six, and they scored on their second offensive play to put us down 16-0. But our guys kept grinding, kept putting ourselves in good positions. We were able to take advantage. Our first scoring drive took advantage of some penalties to take advantage of get ourselves back in the game. Dylan and Brock hooked up right before half ended, which was huge for us to get us back to 16-14. And then, we were able to, I feel control the ball the second half. Got some turnovers ourselves in the second half, to really put ourselves in good position. And you were able to punch one in near the end and kind of hold on for dear life. But, a win's a win, and we're excited for that.
And is this a sign of growth of your team? Would a young, inexperienced team like you had earlier on the season been able to do what you did last Friday night?
No, absolutely not. And we started seeing some of that growth, last week against Waukon. I told the guys that, we got knocked down, we got back up. It was just, we didn't have enough punches, to finish the fight. And, each time you get into one of those situations, you gain more and more punches. And, our guys, we had enough to finish the game, Friday night for us. And yeah, absolutely. It was a huge sign of growth for us. I really, hats off to our coaching staff too. Easily, we're down 16-0. Could have been a lot of, finger pointing, kind of, stuff hitting the fan, people kind of freaking out type of a deal. And, our coaches were very calm, talking through, but, hey, stay together, stick to the plan, weather the storm, all that type of stuff. And the guys started saying those types of things too, which meant that, they were starting to believe that as well. And anytime you get some momentum going, it was really nice. And yeah, huge growth for us.
And looking at the stats from that game, you ran 75 plays, 57 on the ground, ran at a 3.2 yard a carry average. Doesn't stand out for you, but seemingly it was consistent enough that you were able to get the job done just looking at the stats. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I really kind of thought when we started, we were getting some play, our run plays, we were kind of getting like 1 to 2 yards at a pop, and we'd break a few one, for a little bit bigger one to, kind of keep a drive going or whatever. But really kind of in that second half, the 1 to 2 turned into 4 to 5. And really kind of our O line started kind of imposing some of their will in that. And we had a huge 6-minute drive in the fourth quarter there. We started the ball with our own, I think 30, or maybe even our 20, something like that. And a lot of third down conversions. Some guys started seeing some things from them and started kind of calling their own stuff and saying, hey, we can do this too. And I'm like, yep, sweet, let's do it. So there was a lot of that. And yeah, anytime you can run a bunch of offensive plays and keep your defense off the field, especially as high powered as that offense for them is, it was definitely in the game plan, and it was good that we were able to execute that.
And right now there's a log jam on top of your district. 4 teams at 2-1 right now. Does it feel good to be kind of in control of your own destiny at this point?
Absolutely. And it feels weird, to be honest with, as even as this district is. Like, I knew it was going to be even, but I didn't think it was going to be this even, where you look at these last couple of weeks and you don't really know who the heck's going to win any of the matchups. And that's a testament to how good our teams are and how, balanced we are. But yeah, it's definitely, it's better to be in this position where you have control of some things versus being on the outside looking in where you need help. And I told the guys on Friday night and then reiterated Monday that anything that we want is still out on the table for us to go and achieve. It starts, this Friday with a big matchup here with New Hampton. But everything we're looking for is still within our grasp. We just have to take care of what we can take care of, and that's getting better.
And New Hampton is your opponent coming up on Friday night. Obviously, they got a couple of kids back healthy last week, and it definitely made a difference for them. What are you expecting out of the Chickasaws Friday night?
Yeah, they're a completely different team than they were at the start of the year. Getting McShane back was huge for them. They played with a lot more confidence, a lot faster, and a lot more physical. And so, he's going to be, we haven't stopped him in 2 years. So that's going to be the tough issue. I think he's had 200 plus yards against us the last 2 years. And he's dang good. And so it'll take, 11 guys on defense playing fundamentally sound, because they still can throw the ball pretty decent too. Being fundamentally sound and then rallying to the football once we figure out where it's going, and tackling. And then, offensively, we, same type of story as we had last week. We've got to control the football. We've got to control the line of scrimmage, be able to execute our stuff. And, we got to do a better job with turnovers. We had 3 of them on Friday night, and that's not going to win it for us this week. But ultimately it's going to be such a great game, such a great atmosphere. And we're excited for the opportunity.
All right, Coach, hopefully you can keep the winning ways going, keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thanks. Go Cadets.
Justin Denner, head coach of the Crestwood Cadets, brought to you by Wilson Custom Tree Service.